Greetings to PMO Global Community. My name is Leonardo Reyes. In this time, I want to share my thoughts about a new topic. In this time, I want to share my thoughts about PMO Trends 2025. I want to share my reflection from my perspective in several point of view, in technical and in management perspective. So, okay, let's discuss.
I've wanted to separate it a bit into two themes, or two areas, the technical part and the management part. We could definitely expand on that. There are many more. I've read some posts and articles related to the perspectives of other organizations and companies that are quite interesting. However, to not make it too detailed or too long, I just wanted to focus on the three main technical trends and the three main management trends. Let's talk.
Before we move on, smash that like button, and if you find it interesting, share it with your professional network. This lets me know that you appreciate my work of sharing experiences and knowledge. Thank you. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos I'll be sharing throughout 2025.
Let's start with the technical part. We all agree that today the world is spinning at an incredible speed. With the latest news on artificial intelligence and the spotlight on China with all the new projects that the new administration of Donald Trump wants to roll out in the United States. To make your country the global powerhouse in everything related to artificial intelligence. But also about blockchain. Let's remember that in a previous article I mentioned that the President of the United States wants to, or will he seek, and it's very likely he'll succeed, for Bitcoin to be a strategic reserve of value for the US economy. It will remain number one. And that, of course, will make rest countries follow suit. This will be a very interesting topic to discuss and share in the future. You might not know this, but countries like China and Russia are buying gold. A ton of gold over the last 2 or 3 years to make their economy stronger. United States knows about this, and there's no better option or better way than to buy Bitcoins, which is the digital gold. But hey, that's for another time. If we focus on artificial intelligence. Right now, for this year, without a doubt, it will be the big catalyst for all companies in all industries. I want to make a small distinction. It will be at the operational level. Yes, it will change like we see world now, but it will be gradual. I don't think it will be as quick as they're trying to sell it. Why? Because companies aren't ready for all of this. Not everyone is ready for it. And there needs to be a culture in which it's clear that right now, except for a few companies and countries, they will be ready. Generative artificial intelligence is currently available to everyone. So there's a big gap that it will be hard to reduce. In the short term, however, today all companies have access to generative artificial intelligence, so in a PB or has to use it. They have to use it to optimize, for example, executive presentations, use it to be more efficient in the reports that are delivered. Some people will say, hey, but we have PPM, it's pro, not the tools. But the truth is that practically no company has a tool, a software that helps them do this. They're still doing it in Excel and PowerPoint. Well, since we're doing it in Excel and PowerPoint, So let's use artificial intelligence to help us be more efficient and do it faster and at a much lower cost. So, besides other types of administrative tasks, in the day-to-day management of a global portfolio, without a doubt, this has to be number one on the list. As number two, data analysis for strategic decisions. Data, as they say, is liquid gold. For big companies and major decision-making, today they're more important than ever. So if we're able in our PMO to use tools that help us gather that data, to clean the data, and present them in a better way, I mean, where to get them from. The quality of the data, right. By cleaning up what adds value, what doesn't add value, what works, what doesn't work, or what facilitates decision-making. It's important later. How do we present them? Why? Because clean, complete data and global will make decision-making easier. And here the PMO is essential to do this, both at the project level, at the product level, at the program level, at the portfolio level, and at a global level. As number three, blockchain. You know I'm passionate about it, and many organizations are already using blockchain in order to trace the products and services that they are selling and offering. Without a doubt, blockchain technology is changing the whole world. It's a total paradigm shift because it's changing all industries. The first industry that's changing is the financial one, with Bitcoin, and it's obvious, but it's changing everything we know. Another thing is the adoption. It's complicated and it's slower. Why? Because it's harder to understand and put into practice. It's a whole industry in parallel, in another parallel world, to put it better. It's not like artificial intelligence, where with 3 or 4 prompts, you can create images, make presentations. It's very easy, and anyone can learn and put it into practice. Not like that. In blockchain, it's very different. It's changing all industries. So, yes, we need a different kind of tech education, both for the people who develop it, as well as for the management side, and for the end customer or final user. However, today it is very important because the traceability of what we offer gives us not peace of mind that it's real, because the information can't be altered. They're decentralized records, so it's very hard to hack. And of course, tokenization will allow for the automation of smart contracts. For people who are not very familiar, they are peer-to-peer or one-to-one contracts without any company or entity being involved. In between, there's no one to manage or control it. Say banks or some other regulatory organizations that are involved in these processes. That's how they make money or charge fees, just like we do today. For example, notaries, to give another example, not just banks. These smart contracts are one-on-one, and no one else gets involved, which makes them more efficient, cheaper, and faster. So, how could this work, for example, in our companies in terms of PMO? For example, contracts we make with external suppliers. A bidding process from a state or government for certain products and services. It will be free, it will be transparent, and any company will be able to access it. And since it's transparent and visible, everyone will be able to access it. Those famous sealed envelopes and evaluations, they would completely disappear because there would be a transparent evaluation of the points to be covered. Companies would present in such a way that everything on the blockchain is visible. nothing would be opaque. It would be interesting, our direction. Many things are already done like this. But in project management, it will still take some time. It won't be that quick, but that's where we're headed, sooner or later. So, compliance with regulatory bases will also help because there will be total transparency between both parties. Let's move on to the management part. As point number 1, and that is, pretty much everyone will agree, it's about creating value. From our PMO, we have to be sufficiently committed and, of course, smart enough to show that our PMO adds value to the organization, both in tangible and intangible ways. In a tangible way, it could be saving money. It's very easy, and ROI, return on investment, or measuring the success of each project or product that we deliver. In an intangible way, as I've explained in my book Fundamentals of PMO, where, as a very simple and basic example, there is no turnover of staff in our PMO, that the team stays together for several years. Because the knowledge that is being acquired and developed stays within the company, it doesn't go to other companies. That's very complicated. What is known in Spain is talent retention. That's intangible, but it saves the company a ton of money. Because it's more expensive to go outside to find someone than to have them in-house and develop them. That's why it's so important for all teams in a PMO to have PMO training. Not just the leader. That's a big mistake that I discover and encounter every day with companies from all over the world. As point 2, the vision, what a PMO should be and the main service that it sells or should offer. We understand that there are many services that it should offer, a ton of them, and I think the value ring methodology previously, and now the new framework of work. Is value ring going to help us or serve as a foundation to try to identify and understand those services? But the most key is for a PMO to be seen as a global entity that offers services that solve problems. We can call it a PMO as a service. This is a flexible, scalable approach because it can be done in a small business area and it can be extrapolated to other business areas. Within the same company, it can be exported to other countries within the same company. It's very easy, scalable, to all levels, and flexible, because in each business unit, it can adapt to very specific needs. From this unit and the way of working and what it offers. It's not same. In the same company, one area that develops physical products to another area that develops digital products. As number 3 and final, the role of the person who is going to lead. We advocate, and have always advocated, for it to be the PM officer. In other companies, they call him director, PMO, coordinator, PMO, responsible, PMO, and 25,000 more. But this is so ridiculous. How to say that a person with a technological level, the highest role in a technological area, gets a title like Chief Information Officer Junior or a Junior CEO, or a Junior CEO, or a Manager. or a junior CEO, or a manager. I can say the same for a pure tech role like the Chief Technology Officer, right? The boss. Tech area, pure and simple. Looked for a junior CTO. Nobody says that nonsense in the world, nobody. So why do they say that about such an important area, like who leads the global portfolio? That they often manage even more money than a CEO or more money than a CTO. Manages millions and millions of euros, dollars, sols, pesos, lira, pounds, whatever. Many more millions. That's a big problem and a gap that exists in organizations. And among us, we have to be able to sell the best to top management. Board of Directors to the Board of Directors. To the C-level, whatever name you want. That's why it's so important, but it always has to be. It's easier to just say one name. Such as a CTO, a CIO, EEO, CTO, PMO officer, who can give 25 more names. So, the PMO officer needs to be a strategic leader who drives the strategic transformation of a PMO. They need to align the entire global portfolio of both worlds, projects, and products. That's why they need to have knowledge, experience. More experience than training in traditional projects, waterfall, or digital or agile products. It's so important because this way they'll know how to maximize the value of the entire global portfolio better than nothing. Well, I hope you liked it and that it helps you. My thoughts on the trends for 2025 regarding a PMO. And well, I'm giving you the comments. Thanks.